What's up, everybody? It's Silent and Dark Strider. We're doing our podcast for the first time. I'm gonna be playing some Grand Theft Auto 3 in the background, just because we're talking about like how we started and stuff. So go ahead yourself, Silent. Like, how did you start getting into gaming? Like, what turned you on to gaming?
My God, believe it or not, handily my first Commodore 64 back in 2001.
Really?
Yeah, that was my first dive into real good system. And 5 years I've been playing games.
Yeah. What's up? What's up? Look at this. We already got people. Hello. So Batman and Double Dragon. Which one did you play more?
Oh, definitely Batman.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, Double Dragon is so hard to play.
Really?
It's so easy to play, especially nowadays. You play it on emulation or something,
I used to actually play. What's up, guys? Look at it. Everybody's jumping in. What's happening, everyone? I used to play a lot of like the emulators just to save, like my cartridges and everything like that. One day I really do have to have like a tour of my game room and stuff like that, my quote unquote office, because I just have like a ton of systems, tons of cartridges and everything like that. I started off with the Commodore as well. I actually had an Atari 2600 first, and I would play on the 2600. And then, when Commodore came around, like that was like the greatest thing ever. Like they, used to have fun actually like hacking the games and stuff like that. Like all the kids at school would bring games that they had, like, hey, check this out, I got this new game. And then like we would hack it, we would copy it, we'd alter it. I'm actually gonna be I've been in process of actually writing a book about like how I started and everything like that. And one of the funniest passages in there is about actually starting out and playing all the games on the Commodore 64 and hacking them. And like I was like the pinnacle of being a child was having like your game, instead of saying press start or press fire to start, saying press boob to fart or something like that. Like that was just, yeah, that was like the pinnacle of childhood. Was like, yes, this is so awesome. But that's crazy. Like, what did you used to do with your Commodore?
Oh, I used to do everything. I used to sit and program tons of everything. I used to sit and just like write manuals of games and do all these codes and see what they would all do and bring up you'd sit there and take codes for about an hour and a half at a piece just so you could fix them.
That's crazy. I'm great. I'm not insane. How are you doing? Oh yeah, you used to have to code everything like that. That was basic. Basic was so hard back in the day.
And the basic again with the Commodore was massive. It was like a binder.
It was.
You used to sit there for 4 hours of your night just so you could have a white ball going bouncing off the screen, and you'd feel so achieved at the end of it.
That was pretty wild. Yeah, I forgot all about that. It did come with that thick book, and then it had like all the spirals in it and everything. Yeah, I remember that. I remember my mom bought me a second kind of manual for the Commodore 64 back in the day, and that was kind of wild. It was like another giant book that basically fed off of the original instruction manual and stuff, and that was wild. I remembered like programming with that for hours on end. That was completely psychotic.
Yeah, Commodore 64 was a lot of fun, especially having the Double Dragon edges. Batman was great. It was literally a little black and black sort of thingy on game. You'd sit there using your one button joystick just to bring up a smooth white line to make like big spiders there.
Yep.
Just wait for all the enemies to turn. When these enemies would turn over and hit you off, you would die.
That's crazy. It's amazing how far we've come in gaming. Like, it really is.
Definitely. You look at the arcade games these days, like Batman having to use a Commodore, whatever.
Where did you go from there? Like, as far as like gaming, like you had the Commodore. What was like the next system?
So the Commodore, it was the Super Master System. This thing I got had absolutely had Miracle World built into it. So you would just turn the console on and this game would automatically load.
Oh, that's kind of crazy.
So you didn't need to
That is wild. Now, are you like one of those people that like has to complete the game, or do you have like multiple games going on at once?
I know I have multiple games going at once. It's sort of with you guys. The motive, so it's okay. At certain points in the game, if one character is good at the start, and you've got to get them, there's another character to help you sort the game.
Mm, that's pretty wild. I've always like when I first started out, like with games and everything, like I would get a game, I would beat it, I would complete it, you know, like whatever, and then I would go get another game. Like right now, I can't do that. I've got, especially like with the channel, like I've got like so many games. I have a backlog of actual like games, both digitally and like physical media, and it's just, it's psychotic. I have a ton of them.
I know that feeling. I've got way too many. It's taken me another couple of years to get through my backlog and play through all of them properly.
Yeah, I'm telling it's just crazy. No, I've never played Mad Max. Have you ever played Mad Max Silent?
I haven't. I've seen it before. Not
Oh,
necessarily been looking at the trailer, but it's not one I ever picked up.
no. So you went to the Sega Genesis. Did you ever own like a Nintendo or the
I had the the original SNES handheld, the one that had giant cartridges.
mhm.
I've got Mario on that one. I still remember that game coming into that game. You go down into the underground bit and you've got all the blue flame things firing at you, and you've got this little Mario back in the day, just not animated at all, just jumping at a nightmare.
That's crazy. Yeah, I used to do that a lot. I used to have like all kinds of I still have like a ton of cartridges. I've got, I think for the original Nintendo, I used to like want to like actually collect them. So I've got like, I think there's a total of 960 something cartridges, something like that. The legal cartridges, not like a like hacks or anything like that. And I think I'm pretty sure I've got like 400 something cartridges in my basement. I really do enjoy like physical media, so like I have a ton of just cartridges, like for even like the original Sega Master System, the Sega Genesis, the Nintendo, the PlayStation. I've got like all these CDs and everything, the cases. They're everywhere. Tons of them.
Yeah, I don't have a collection like that. I think the amount of stuff I've got lying about, I'm one of these guys that keep rolling up boxes of Sierra and just nothing in them.
Uh-huh.
So I've had the, I got digital DVD way back when Xbox was dropping the first time, and it was all games that were already released. They weren't actually launching new games at the time on the service. You still had to go buy them physically.
Mm.
So that's when I started my digital collection. And I've been doing digital since. I own one disc in my house, and that's Assassin's Creed Origins for the PS4. And the only other two physical media things I own is the Assassin's Creed cartridges.
That is pretty wild. Yeah, Nintendo Switch. That like it was kind of like what we were talking before. Like, I really do enjoy like the physical media, and I do think that like Nintendo, they're innovative. The Sony is innovative.
I'm not going to name my enemy, Sony. I'm not going to.
uh,
I don't think they've done anything to bring the next gen to the console, other than Zelda. So
mm, yeah, that's pretty much it. I remember when they came out with the greaseless controller, I was like, oh, okay. Like,
that actually started off great. They've not released games. They've released new hardware. So
ah,
four different types of controllers. They've released, I believe they've got four different types of Xbox One.
yep.
But hopefully they integrate the nostalgia because I've seen the boxes that have the same redesign as vibration.
I kind of feel like what they should have done was just stayed all PC. I think that if they stay all PC rather than building consoles, they'll really dominate.
See, I've heard that the thing they're saying you get through to the PC is to be some sort of hybrid where you boot it up and it's in do you want to load up Xbox or do you want to boot straight from Windows systems? So it's when you've got virtual consoles, the best consoles, especially if you're going to put them on any CPU option, I think is the best.
That's true. Yeah, I would definitely go with something like that. That would be kind of like wild.
The thing is if you own a PSP Fat that you could install Linux on, I
Right.
know that they're taking off real quick nowadays because they're just so powerful. And I believe it's about 'cause I remember it being
Yeah, I remember that. I remember some people still have it, and then it could run the original discs and stuff like that from PS1, PS2.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. On the original, you don't even run on that one.
That was pretty wild. Yeah, they
It became PS3 for backwards compatibility. They didn't do that. PS1 gave it to PS2. They pushed off a lot of the nostalgia there.
that's what like they should have done. They should have done that for like all the systems. Like I don't understand why they didn't make it backwards compatible. Like PS4, PS3, like PS2 was so innovative. It was like incredible. So like for them to change that around and stuff like that, I just thought that was like nuts for them not to go backwards compatible.
No, I agree with the PS4 compatibility. I don't understand why they didn't do PS1 and PS2 because they have PS1 and PS2 backwards compatible games in the store.
Mm.
Max Payne, Grand Theft Auto, such like. But I do believe the reason why you never got PS2 games is because of the sales process of PS3. So if you see a random barrier would stop the backwards compatibility for them.
Mm. Well, I think that the Gotham Knights trailer looks pretty cool. That new game that's coming out, they were being asked about that, and the new Batman trailer. I still see this guy as a sparkly vampire. I'm really not. Yeah, I'm not seeing him as Batman. I could understand, it's supposed to be like Batman starting out. It's like the upteenth origin story of Batman, but like it. I don't know. I just don't. I mean, a lot of people are interested in it. A lot of people, like, Lady Strider herself is very interested in seeing this movie. She thinks the trailer looks awesome. I can't get over him like being Batman. Like he's not. I don't know. Like I just can't see him as Batman. I really can't.
I have that problem. I have that problem as well, especially that bit when you see him the first time in Watch Gordon, Mr. Gordon, and you're looking at him and you're like, who's this character?
Yeah. He does not have the build. He doesn't. I don't know. And I know he bulked up for the movie. They said, but I don't see it. I just think he's whatever. I would have rather have seen like a different actor. And the thing is that it was really funny about that was as soon as I heard that he was going to be the new Batman, I was like, no, what are they doing? Like I mean, I was kind of worried about Ben Affleck being Batman. But like yeah, because I remember Daredevil. I have those Daredevil flashbacks. But yeah, like once I saw him, like Robert Pattinson, I was just like, no, this is gonna be worse. This is gonna be what I really fear.
Well, who is your candidate to replace him?
I don't know. Like I would have liked to have seen Ben Affleck continue as the Batman, but he's not. Like he said he wasn't going to do it. He's so they had to get somebody else. Jonah Hill was supposed to be the original Penguin, and like they couldn't afford him. He wanted way too much money. Yeah.
Well, I see Ben Affleck doesn't have to be that bad to be Batman. I do believe he's just been cast in the flashlight, and then I believe Michael Keaton's meant to be in the flashlight as well. So
Yeah.
they're recasting both of them in Batmans.
Yeah, that was actually kind of wild because the timeline that they're going with on the Flash film is going to be the one that was the paradox, where they're going to show he runs so fast he breaks time space, he brings his mother back and everything, and like the whole DC series is like completely messed up. Like Bruce Wayne is the one that dies in the alley, and his father becomes Batman, his mother becomes the Joker.
Yeah, I heard they were actually casting in some spoilers for that as well, with the father coming into it and being Batman for a while.
Yeah, that's gonna be kind of wild. That's why I think that's where what Michael Keaton's part is supposed to be. I remember they were talking about the guy who played Negan was actually supposed to be him, but I guess they recast him. They wanted Michael Keaton bad.
It'll be interesting to see how Michael Keaton Batman looks, to be honest. I mean, he's aged all right. He kind of still looks the same other than the short hair.
Hmm.
So it would be interesting to see him back in color and actually having to go at things and to see what that Batman looks like in gray.
Yeah, I think that would be wild. I think that would be real wild to see. Yeah, they did it. That's funny. Like, just people want to know about Batman, but we were talking about Batman the video game. Like,
Yeah. But what was it that, because I was torn in the trailer, I was expecting an actual Batman game. I
um,
wasn't expecting it to be sort of a co-op game where Batman was dead and not in there at all.
yeah. Honestly, like I don't know what to expect anymore from these Batman games. Like I remember way back in the day, there was like you said, the Commodore version of Batman, and then they did all these other Batman games and whatnot. But there was a time where like they really couldn't come out with a really good superhero game. Like one of the big things that they were trying to do was Superman, and that was always terrible. The the Amazing Spider-Man. They made an Amazing Spider-Man game, and I mean that was even trash. That was you're just climbing a building and knocking down like bad guys that are like chasing after you. The Hobgoblin would chase you. It was kind of like weird. They really couldn't make like these and then here comes Arkham Asylum, and I thought that was mind-boggling. I thought that was amazing. Yeah, it was just phenomenal. I was like, completely blown away. So I think Arkham City was good, but then when you got to the third one, the Arkham Knight, I kind of feel like, they were just stretching. They weren't really, doing what they should have done as far as like these games go.
See, I quite liked the third one.
Really?
I did actually like the third one. I actually liked the third one more than I liked the second one.
Really?
Yeah, I have to give it to the third one. I enjoyed the Batmobile stuff in there, just the way the story was, especially all the add-on stuff at the end. It gave such a sheer amount of DLC into that game. But I did enjoy that story a lot more than I enjoyed the second one.
Really? Well, the second one was kind of weird. Like I enjoyed Arkham. What do you call it? Arkham Asylum was like that was fantastic. When they did the sequel, I was like okay, but like when you see what like happens, like I'm not gonna spoil it for anybody who hasn't played it. There was like just like a lot of weird stuff that went down in there that like I wasn't expecting.
Yep. But the second one though, did you not find it very cluttered? Like there was puzzles everywhere to solve all over rooftops, and like I just found it very cluttered in that one.
Yeah, I find that games that are like cluttered like that, or that have like way too many like collectibles and stuff like that kind of gets me like it makes me nuts. There was a game for the Commodore 64. It was called like Hades or something like that, and that was the whole point was to like collect these crystals, and that's all you did. The entire game was collecting crystals, and I couldn't do it.
I remember Gauntlet back on the Commodore 64 as well. I thought that was a very good call on it.
Really, Gauntlet. I had there was a game called Druid, and that's the one that I used to play on the Commodore 64 all the time. It was a Gauntlet style game. You would go down into these dungeons. You had to go deeper and deeper. You were fighting some demon lords or something like that, and that's all you kept doing. You just kept going in and getting like further into like this like underground and stuff like that. It was just wild. And the thing is that it was a single player. It could be multiplayer if you had like a friend with you. And then there was also an option where you could have the AI operate by itself. So you could make the second player basically, like do certain things that you wanted it to do without, like the need for like having somebody else with you. So it was kind of like crazy.
Yeah, this game just evolved very much.
Yeah, I get a kick out
It'll
of
be
it.
interesting. It'll be interesting to see in as 20 years go by and you finally get to getting your first console and it's your PS8 or PS9 and you're still sitting there playing with keyboard. PS4 will
Yeah,
be
the Rockstar will still put GTA 5 on the PS9. Just like they're talking about for the PS5 and stuff.
PlayStation 9 will probably be a Switch that you put on you as like a wall and you walk in the room and pick it and the whole room turns into the world.
That would be kind of crazy. Well, didn't they do a commercial like that? Didn't they do a commercial like that where it was like the kid inhaled these spores and that's how you started playing the game? Like,
I think so. You know, Xbox did something like that back then, right? But believe it or not, the movie called it, I think it's just flat, literally called The Gamer. I can't remember the third butler that's in it, but the kid has his Xbox suit.
oh yeah, yeah,
Like he walks in and it's literally this giant Xbox table and he just stands in the middle of it and all of a sudden it's like he's in this game. Like
yeah.
they did that.
He's got control of Gerard Butler and
The
these
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
yeah, yeah. Everybody who's a criminal, they're all of a sudden they're game characters and stuff.
Exactly.
I could see them doing something like that. I could see that.
But they put VR, you know, if they put the Avengers in VR, then the Avengers is getting to that, you know, Star Trek sort of room to have.
Oh, the hollow room where like they would go and yeah,
Yeah.
I could see that.
I think they should go for VR. That's what they're all gonna do.
Probably the VR actually is amazing. Like I have the VR. I have like several games for it. It's kind of wild. I remember I did live. I was playing Five Nights at Freddy's, and that was just absolutely crazy. Like you're playing this game, and all of a sudden, like I'm looking, and it was so funny because I have my chair, but I'm standing up and I'm trying to like look around the corner to see what's going on and whatnot with like these characters and everything. It was like really psychotic, really psychotic. I don't think way back then I would have ever thought that we were going to have something like that.
Definitely not. I mean, when I first sort of jumped into VR, it was one of my friends' houses. He was unfortunately he was working with the government and his wife got ill,
Uh huh.
died, but he spent like 50 pounds on something, and it's a very beautiful billboard. And he loaded up the alien isolation, and he would change half the entire building that allowed the VR to work with it, and that was my first sort of route into VR. That blew my mind.
There,
Absolutely blew my mind.
around here in the states, they have it in. I want to say it's Chicago. I can't remember. It was so long ago. There was a center. It's like a battle tech center or something. And you go into this thing and you were able to get into a like a vehicle or something. It was either a plane or like a truck or something. And when you got it, what ended up happening was you would start just like it was like you were piloting this thing. It was like really crazy. Like you were piloting this truck and everything like that, and like as whatever you did, like it would move, it would function. So you're inside of a pod, and while you're in the pod, like you've got all these screens, and everything that you see that's going on is like the pod inside is moving around. It's flipping, it's bouncing, it's doing all this like crazy stuff and whatnot to go along with what's going on. So if you're getting shot at, the whole pod starts shaking and everything. If you're if you're driving or whatever, you're in a tank, like it feels like it's got the treads and stuff like that. It was kind of wild. It was really nuts.
See, when I do stuff like that now in movies and stuff, they have these cinemas where it's like they're filming the seats and the seats like shake, rumble, and move from side to side as you watch the film. And I believe that Brotherhood is unseated right now. These cinemas look really cool. I don't think in Scotland they have that.
No, I've seen something like that. I'm so terrible at driving these cars in the game. Uh, no, by the way, I don't think that the Batman in Gotham Knights is dead. I think that they didn't. He's going to be kind of like an NPC character, kind of like a quest giver. Because I don't think what they want to do is like put their property out like that, like the Avengers. The Avengers game, they it's an alternate timeline, and you could play as the Avengers themselves. On Sony, you're going to be able to play as Spider-Man as well. But I think it's something like it's different than that. I think it's kind of going to be like What was that DC universe where like all of a sudden everybody has superpowers and everything? You could either be a villain or a hero.
Yeah, it's very Gotham sort of, but
Yeah, I think that that's what it's going to be like. I think that's what Gotham is going to be like. And you know, you're going to look for
I don't like Batman either.
yeah, you're gonna get you could basically you're gonna he's gonna be like a quest giver. I think I got to see more about it, but like I really do think that that's what's gonna be happening.
What do you think about because I don't even think they would make a canon to it.
No, well, that's the thing. Like, it's supposed to be an alternate universe. It's supposed to be the whole point of the game is the Avengers are in a world where basically being a superhero is outlawed. So that's why they've got it. You know, like they don't really look like themselves. They look kind of like different and everything like that. I they're not true to like the comics and they're not true to like the movies or anything like that. So I think it's just going to be like a lot of like alternate stuff. No, this isn't San Andreas, Robert. This is the original GTA 3, the one that started it all.
Oh,
I
right.
remember getting this game for the PlayStation 2. And I remember there was such controversy about this game that like they were talking about removing it off the shelves. As soon as I heard that it would be a commodity like that where they were going to remove it off the shelves, I went out and I bought two or three more. I was like,
That's what makes the best.
yeah, I was like, oh, I got to do it. It's like what the hell was that one game? No, yeah, that was another one that oh yeah, that got people just heated. People were like crazy about that. There was Night Trap. That's what I'm thinking of for the Sega CD. Night Trap came out, and I mean it was a terrible, terrible game anyway. But the whole thing with that game was that like it was so controversial that Toys R Us did take it off the shelves, as did like a bunch of other people. So as soon as I heard that that was going to go off the shelves, I immediately went and like bought a bunch of copies of that. I made a lot of money off that too. Yeah, it was just crazy. Like so many people were saying that they took Bully off and Larry. Oh yeah, Leisure Suit Larry was another one they took off. Bully. They would take those games off. Every time I heard that they were going to take them off the shelves, I immediately would run out and buy them.
So you're a Brotherhood Minder.
Yeah, it was wild. There was another one. Oh, BMX Triple X. Have you ever seen
Yeah,
that?
even if you take the that's another one that I've never really pursued. There's another one I never even seen. I think it's
What's up, Night Fury?
you can't score or you hit anything with it and it will just throw you off.
That I remember games like that. It's terrible, but still, like part of the history, I guess. Like kind of wild as it is.
But you still get to catch the games to the chase. You're not completely cheating.
Yeah, that's true. There are so many games like that that are like coming out that you're just like, what the hell is this? What was like, what game way back in the day did you receive that you were like, this is trash? Like, why do I have this game?
It's simple. Um, Tedious. PlayStation 1 Tedious.
Really?
I played that 9 times as well. It's one of the most challenging games. But yeah, Tedious, man. I grew up. I don't know how well. I think I've got it emulated, but you essentially just fly about. It's a helicopter, like building like biomes. They're like different biomes in the city,
Mm.
and it's so fun. It's so addicting. Like I think I played it for like half an hour and I was like, "Yep, you're getting paid now. Go do this."
That's crazy.
But that one was a really boring one.
That's wild. What about like nowadays? Like what game have you played recently that you're just like, what is this crap?
Um, because I got two actually left. Um, Chernobyl VR project.
Really? You weren't a fan of The Last of Us Part 2?
I platinum it,
Oh,
but I can't say I went through the whole thing.
really?
I'm a few of the hits that I got lucky with the original game, and the second's not very good. And everyone wants it as the adaptation of the first game.
Really?
I have real problems with the second. I mean, the second playthrough I went through to get the last trophy to platinum, I played on a decent enhancement card.
Yeah, I did the same.
Like, that story was not the best. It's not what I wanted, I don't think.
No. Robert says Overlord 2. I've never played Overlord 2. I've never played the original one.
I never
That's what I'm saying. What's that about, Robert? There was so much controversy over Last of Us 2. Like I was like so blown away. There were people that literally, and the thing was that I get what you're saying as far as like something is off. You know what I'm saying? I understand that, but like people were telling me things and it just wasn't making sense. It was like, people were and like anybody who's watching who hasn't played it, I'm sorry about like any spoilers that we're talking about, but there was like one thing where it was like somebody told me I didn't like the fact that you're killing dogs. I didn't like the fact that you're killing pregnant women or whatever. And I was like, yeah, but you weren't doing that purposely. It was self-defense. You know?
in a nutshell, it's the same thing with The Last of Us Part 2. It's basically killing pregnant women. Well, who realizes that the pregnant women are being killed so unprovokably, and maybe they're killing other pregnant women?
Right.
The game didn't make sense. I mean, the whole pregnant woman thing came across, the city that doesn't want this murder rampage. It made no sense. What money would you put yourself in that position knowing what she looked like for the 2 months away from the doctor?
Yeah. So I was just like, that doesn't even make sense. I was like, that's kind of weird. It's kind of weird that like people would be that upset over this kind of thing, and to me that didn't make sense. To me that was just that wasn't a decent argument. You know?
No, but then at the same time, you can see it as, they're all stuck in hell. They all have to survive. Who's pregnant? Who's at risk? Who's still at home?
Right.
So at the same time, I can see the argument.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that, but the thing is that like the way that some people had presented the argument was, you're purposely killing pregnant women. That's not part of the game. That's not a thing. And then the other thing was, people are like, oh, you're killing animals. But you're killing these animals in self defense. It's not like you're purposely doing it.
And you're not just killing a dog and another animal.
Exactly.
You're killing the dog partly as Call of Duty, and then people get confused about this.
Exactly. Well, now I'm not insane. He just says the only part he didn't like was that they killed Joel, which I know that was a big thing for like a lot of people was that they killed Joel.
See, I think I think everybody expected Joel to die. Even I went into it expecting Joel to die, but I think it was how they went about it.
Yeah, you think it was like too brutal or too early in the game?
I think it was far too early in the game. The possibility that the motivation for him leaving not coinciding with him winning. I have two theories I've heard going about what happened with Joel and Ellie. Right, doing their thing, and something to Abby or somebody else. And one of them had a weird reaction where Abby said that he and Ellie were getting to know each other over a while. Joel saved her a couple of times, she saved Joel a couple of times, and then she kind of said he was really into Abby.
Hmm. Yeah. See, even Robert is saying that. Even Robert was saying that it's too early in the game to have killed him.
She kind of has to have come through the close quarter mark for her to believe that Joel was going to kill her. And the fact that they just killed him outright,
Hmm.
it seems like it started in the way it started. It was a big red flare as to when it was going to happen, and then of course it culminated in multiple games throughout the game.
Hmm. Yeah, a lot of people were like freaking out about that, which like I got. Now I'm the type of person that like, and this is like one of the big things with me with games is I don't mind if they kill off a character, if it has some kind of meaning, if it has merit. You know, if it's just you're killing it just for, you know, like some to get a reaction out of people and stuff like that. I don't agree with that. You know, like I understand that the whole series is basically Ellie's story. I get that, but at the same time, you know, it's kind of crazy that they would do something like that. That they would, you know, just like kill him off and everything like that. That's just that's kind of wild. What's up, Matthew?
Do you think it might be a case of, The Last of Us Part 1 was such a massive success, maybe they don't think there's going to be a sequel, maybe they thought, for the enjoyment of it, probably it's going to be a one-off, but apparently it's such a hit that it puts pressure on the studio.
Well, I think every game that comes out, you really think it's just going to be a one-off game. I don't think anybody makes a game and says, you know what, this is going to be such a hit that we're going to have to do a sequel and stuff like that. You know, like Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima is freaking amazing. It is amazing. I want a sequel to that. So I think that the studio, you know, if they do it right, Sucker Punch can make a sequel that really will work out. But if they just go for the money game where they're making it just to make it, it's not going to be as good. It's not going to be anywhere near as good.
Yeah, and they've got their own smaller projects as well. I think this Legends game as well looks really cool.
Yeah, that's going to be wild.
That I'm looking forward to. But I haven't been raging such a fan of it to sign me up for that.
Hmm. Yeah, see, we even got I'm Not Insane says that Joel was one of the most beloved characters in gaming. He actually was. You know, like it was even like as you're playing the game, the stuff that he's doing with Ellie and everything is actually like really amazing. You know, like seeing him in flashbacks. Yeah, seeing him in flashbacks was kind of cool, but you know, like it just wasn't the same as it should have been, having him killed off and everything.
Yeah, the first half of that film was supposed to be incredible.
Mm.
And I also feel the season started was the whole issue started was after, because we already knew where Ellie ended up at the end of the first one. So
Hmm.
if they had started you as Abby, then maybe we don't have to connect with her.
Maybe you're right. They probably would have. You really, but that's the other thing. Like so many people have told me that they were so into Abby that they loved her development and everything. I don't see that she developed honestly.
See, I don't know. I didn't like her when we first started playing as her. I found like the opening chapters of her before it wasn't until where I started enjoying her section. Where she's getting strung up in the zoo, there's captives being
Mm.
go save the sister, etc. I enjoyed those chapters. I did, but I couldn't connect with her because I'll be honest with you, I didn't care.
Yeah,
I didn't care about her situation at all.
yeah. I was the same way. I was like, you know, oh Thomas, I'm talking to Silent Merc. This is our podcast. We're gonna be doing this every Friday around 3 o'clock Eastern, and you know, we're just that's what we're gonna be doing. We're gonna just be having fun doing that. Yeah, I feel like I feel like Abby. I didn't care about Abby either, honestly. When we got to Abby's story, like I kind of felt like it just made the game longer. I felt like the game just
It just made it dramatic.
yeah. I didn't like it. It all of a sudden it was just getting really. It was getting long. I remember getting to the end of the game and I was like, oh my god, I'm still not done with this game.
Yep, I got to the part as well, and I was like, oh, yep, this is the perfect ending. She's back home, reunited with kids, all's well, and then they're like, here, have another 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I was just like, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah, it was not a good ending to the game, and you didn't even get the outcome you wanted either, which like what was the point? Like the whole game didn't have no point.
Yeah, see, that's what a lot of people were saying. A lot of people were saying that by the time you got to the end, there was no point. You lost way more than you gained.
Well, that's it. Abby takes everything from Ellie, and Abby walks away, for nothing. One thing about
Mm.
So is she immune? Because assuming she's been down the beach for 3 days, upon that crucifix, she hadn't turned.
That's true. That's very
So
true.
I'm like,
I didn't even think of that.
but she's been in there.
That's true. I didn't even think of that, honestly. I really didn't.
That's this is something I did about, and I noticed it myself as well on the second playthrough. I deliberately watched that again the second time going, yeah, she was there, and she did not turn.
Huh, so maybe she do you think there'll be like a third game to this?
I don't know because they're not an HBO series or something being done by the creators of the Chernobyl TV show.
Uh
So I don't know if we're getting it as a TV show.
I thought that they were doing it, but it's supposed to be Joel and Ellie. It's not going to be, like Abby and stuff like that.
Yeah, because I had heard that Joel and Ellie were going to be a TV show and the game was going to get carried on by Abby, but then Neil Druckmann came out and said that at this moment they don't actually have any plans of her.
Hmm.
So even he doesn't know. So
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, the Resident Evil is getting a series too, and
I
I,
think that's good because there's characters built in.
yeah, the first thing is supposed to be the Wesker children or something like that. That's like the first episode. I was like, what the hell is this all about? What?
Same.
Yeah, I'm like, where are we going with this? Like, why are we doing this? Why are they having like all this nonsense going on? Like, I don't know. I mean, nowadays, like, movies and everything are better. The video game movies and stuff like that I think are getting better. They're going to be doing like a remake of or a reboot of the original Mortal Kombat, and yeah, Mortal Kombat by itself was like a great. I really didn't have a lot of faith in it, after watching the Street Fighter movie and the Mario movie. Like, I really didn't have a lot of faith.
Yeah, these Capcom fight scenes are heavy, man.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, I do like Black Flag. Black Flag was it was pretty cool. Way too many collectibles though. That's like a big thing of mine. Uh,
I'll admit it.
yeah.
Except for the bloody anime scratches.
Oh God, and I have to do it because like I'm a completionist like that. Like I lose my mind. I have to do it. I have to.
I played this on. I played through it on 360 and I bought it for PS4 and I played about an hour into it and was like, this is nonsense. Stick it in my collection. Someday I'll get to it at some point.
Hmm. Yeah, I was the same way. I was just like, oh God, no, no, I can't do this again. Last of Us 2 though.
If Assassin's Creed can do collectibles through Ghost of Tsushima does it
Uh,
going forward, then I won't have much of an issue.
Yeah, no, Ghost of Tsushima was great. Like everything that you did, even leveling up, you didn't even think of what you were doing. You were just doing it. Like you were doing it just to do it. You really didn't have like a whole lot of like madness going on or anything like that. You weren't like losing your mind collecting these things. You were just doing it, and that's just brilliant. That's absolutely
Until
brilliant.
things start falling apart. So
Hmm.
you get to your destination and all of a sudden there's a bird that can take you a different direction and then there's a bow. You just get sidetracked in that game, and that's what creeped me about it. Assassin's Creed Unity was almost a checklist that you have to check off.
Yeah.
After Tsushima was very much, there might be something here, there might be something there, but as long as you can play it, it's pretty wild.
It was pretty wild. No, if GTA had a live action movie, I think it would be boring. I kind of find GTA games boring, as is. It's basically like the same thing. I don't know what kind of story you would have for like GTA either.
And in the capacity of parody of sorts as well, it tends to a lot of the games because the games are almost a parody of that time like era that they're set in.
Yeah, I don't think I could play or watch a GTA movie. The funniest thing though, they did have a movie that was kind of similar to GTA. Have you ever seen the Ryan Reynolds movie Free Guy?
I haven't.
Okay. That I don't know if it's out or if it's going to be coming out. That's something that I'm really interested in because he plays an NPC in like a GTA style game. So like all the people that are like playing the game, it's online. So like all the player characters are like robbing the bank, and you see him, he's in the bank. So everybody's like, get to the ground, and like the player characters are actually robbing the bank, and he's on the ground talking to another NPC character like, so what's your wife doing this week and everything? Oh, nothing, like this guy got shot for the millionth time this week and everything. They're just having like common conversation and everything. One of the dudes gets killed, you see him explode and everything like that, and then all of a sudden like he respawns like nothing happened. It was like, hey Daryl, what's going on? Like it's funny like that. So yeah, I would see like something like that. Like that I appreciate. That looks awesome. But like like any of I don't think a GTA movie would work. I don't. I really don't think.
I don't know how they would make it work. I mean, unless you're Fast and Furious with a couple of bank robberies and a gangster scene, you know what I mean? But I don't know how you make it work.
Yeah, I don't even know how they did. They did that one movie, that Need for Speed. My mom loves that movie, and it was like really. I was like, how are they making this a movie? Like it doesn't even make sense. But they did it, and that had Michael Keaton in it.
Is that not the one with the helicopter stuck in the middle?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that's that. Yep, that's the one.
I thought I'd seen that.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy. Like that whole movie was just, it was weird, but they made it work. They made it work.
Apparently the Renner had gone in 60 seconds. Nicolas Cage and Tom Hanks in that pretty film.
Gone in 60 seconds. That was. I enjoyed that. I'm being chased by cops. I'm trying to pick up hookers. Like I'm so terrible at like these kind of games.
And you picked them up on the foot.
Exactly. Oh, that girl's dead. Oh, nope, she's up. Come on, get in the car. Let's go. I'm so bad at like driving in games. Like it's terrible. I'm so bad at driving in games. Like
That's what Metal Effect every time that I hit my hand, then I have to drive.
the real crazy thing though is that like I played what the hell was the name of that game? I played this game Sleeping Dogs, and you're driving on the other side of the street because it's basically China, and I'm good driving those cars. I don't know why.
It's funny how, like, I'm telling you, they designed a specific way, right?
I think they just killed this girl. I think they just killed her. Oh, we're nope. Car's about to explode. Oh my god. Yeah, that's so bad. Oh, do you play San Andreas before? I think Samuel Jackson played a role of Officer Tenpenny. He might have.
Yeah, he did. I remember that.
I.
Samuel Jackson was Tenpenny, and yeah, in the end of that game, you're chasing them down in your armored pirate truck.
Mm, I did play all the GTA's. The thing is that like I get to a certain point when I'm playing GTA games where like they bore me. I stop. Like I can't complete them. There's like so many missions and crazy things. My brother actually completed like every single GTA game to date. Yeah, he just keeps playing them. He loves them.
They're so good. They're so good. There's some GTA games I have to. I mean, I've got Vice City and San Andreas and GTA 3 and stuff. I never play them. I'll load up a game of San Andreas and fire through some city and jetpack around the place and have a bit of fun every now and then. But
Mm.
I don't, I don't play them for the missions.
Yeah, that's you really can't play them for the missions. You actually have to. I mean, you'll eventually get to them, but there's so many things like like done. It's just like crazy. GTA mission on YouTube? No, I've never heard of them.
That was really nice one. The simulator of doing that.
Oh, I don't know. Do they? There's actually a channel that does that?
Yeah, there's one that went up recently that filmed in Hong Kong. It's called GTA Hong Kong, and it's got the news of every place all around it and stuff like that. And they're going up a riot.
No way. That's crazy. I'd watch something like that. That's got to be sick.
They did
That's I'm gonna have to check that out. I've never seen anything like that. Never.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's on Instagram. Like I said, so
That's got to be wild. That's got to be wild. I don't know. I enjoy seeing stuff like that. I try to give like movies that are based on games like a shot. Like I really do. Um, but sometimes like I really just can't wrap my mind around it. Like
I think the only recent game for me that ever broke is the original Mortal Kombat and the first Resident Evil. Other than that, I've never enjoyed a game that's based on
really, even like Tomb Raider, you've never enjoyed like the one with Angelina Jolie or
I know it's hard to explain.
really?
I've never liked Angelina Jolie as an actress, so I'm assuming that won't say anything. But I always found those original films. I enjoyed the newer one that was based on the reboot.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
I really enjoyed that one.
There was what movie was it? It was with they did one called Perfect Dark with Christian Slater, based on the game, and I just thought that that was trash. There were like so many that were trash.
That's an old one, isn't it?
Yeah, but it was one of those things with Yule Boll where he was making those movies, and the thing is that like he would do it purposely. He would purposely make those movies suck. And the reason behind it was because he would film them in Germany, and they had some kind of policy where if you made a movie and it sucked, you could get some sort of compensation where like you were making like triple what you would have made in ticket sales and stuff like that. So like he was like purposely he was sabotaging his own stuff.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was like really wild. Yeah, he
Well, surely he would want to be known as a director who made a good film, not trash films over.
yeah, he didn't care because he was making so much money. He was making more money with the movies sucking because he would go and he would collect. He would be like, "Look, this movie bombed. I need to collect this insurance." And it was just basically a scam. Like right now, they don't do that anymore. So that's why he hasn't been making any movies lately. But like there was a point where that's all he was doing. All his movies were like that, all of them. They were just terrible, yeah. So that's why we really didn't have like any really good movies, like video game movies. Now, if you've ever watched the documentary about the Super Mario Brothers movie,
Oh yeah, where John Leguizamo and what's his name,
Bob Haskins, yeah, yeah,
my God, that film really the song he did that stage outside the elevator.
yeah, that whole movie that was terrible. But they knew that the movie was gonna bomb, like while they were filming it. And the funny thing is that both John Leguizamo and Bob Hoskins have said that they used to come onto the set drunk because it was the only way they could deal with doing this movie.
Exactly. See, that's when you know you're making a bad movie.
Exactly.
Okay, bye bye.
You're welcome for the weekly update. And yeah, Hitman does have two movies. I've never watched them. I know. See, this is what I go by. I go by like my mother. My mother. What? Oh yeah, yeah, with Timothy Elephant. Yep. Yeah, and my mom watches all these movies. She's retired. That's all she does. Mama Strider. She'll sit there and she'll watch every movie that comes out. And she's watched both the Hitman movies, and she tells me all the time, "Have you seen them? They're great." And I'm like, "Mom, I really don't trust you. They're based on video games." And she's like, "No, no, they're fantastic. I'm telling you, you have to watch this movie." And I'm like, I really don't know how I feel about that. Like I can't, like sit there and take you seriously because movies that you find awesome, like Need for Speed, she watched and everything, and like she even wants a segment where like she comes on the channel and talks about these movies that like that came out, and I'm like, yeah, I don't think so. Like I don't think so.
Have you ever subjected yourself to an actual game?
I never got a chance to, and that's what some of the people in the audience here were just talking about. That they were just saying that Max Payne had a movie. What did you guys think of it? Did you guys? Yeah, yeah. A lot of people. Some people were saying it was good. Some people I was just like, I don't know.
Oh, that's real bad.
Was it really?
Yeah, I don't remember much of it, but I remember watching it a while back in the past.
I remember the Doom movie, the original Doom movie. The best part of the Doom movie was the last couple of minutes where,
When he turns out,
yeah,
yeah, that's one with The Rock. That was just, yeah, The Rock and what's his name?
yeah. I can't remember his name either. He's got such a generic name too.
And he's in
He is.
Valhalla. Is it Valhalla?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, that was not completely amazing.
They did kind of. They made a second movie. Um, it was straight to video, and I think you could watch it on Netflix right now. And it was basically the reboot of Doom. The 2016 Doom is what it is, and it starred Doom Guy. Doom Guy is a woman, and somebody I forget the actress plays the scientist that like you fight in the original one, not Samuel Hayden, the other one, and that one. I remember watching it. I really didn't get into it. I didn't get deep into it. I remember I kind of got bored. A lot of people were very much against the idea of like it being a woman. That didn't bother me.
Fair.
Yeah, that didn't bother me, but it didn't bother me. But when they started like doing all this like other nonsense in the movie and everything, I was like, okay, I was willing to give it a shot until you bored me. They try to make it kind of look like an Alien reboot or something like that, one of those Alien movies. Really did not work.
Talking movies, I'm going to ask you, where do you stand with the Assassin's Creed?
The Assassin's Creed movie, I thought it bombed. I thought it was good, but I knew it was going to bomb. I did enjoy the way that they made the Animus look. Uh, no, I don't have any problems with the Valhalla game, especially not yet. I know a lot of people are complaining about the food system and stuff like that, but we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. Yeah, we'll see what goes on there. But yeah, Assassin's Creed. I thought that game. I thought the movie was decent. I like the way they tied it into the actual Assassin's Creed Origins. I really enjoyed that. I thought that was amazing. If you're gonna do a world, do a world. But the one thing that like I kind of disappointed me, I thought it was gonna be Desmond's story, and it wasn't. It was like a whole new character, a whole new person. Now I heard rumor that they were gonna make a sequel to it, but that never came to fruition. They never really got into it. They never really went in.
Were there not also rumors of a TV show?
Yeah, there was supposed to be rumors of a TV show as well, and that never panned out. I didn't expect it to pan out, honestly.
The Assassin's Creed first one was great because you really tell the story that way. Like that movie was just a 60 hour, plot line development in 2 hours, but then having something to go on instead was
Yeah, it would be easier if it was actually a like a TV series or something. Then you could really tell the story. If it was a TV series, but you really can't do much. You really can't do much with like a 2 hour movie, 3 hour movie.
See, I'm very much the same with the movies like I am with the games. I'm okay with an Assassin's Creed movie, but it has to be present day out in the movies. And when you're doing an Assassin's Creed movie, it has to be present time. You can't mimic your assassin character and present day out them because they're not quite the same. It's just different stories.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that they really needed to concentrate on one or the other. Um, because I think that's the only way that that would work. But like as far as the games go, like I do believe that we do need, like the past. We do need the present day, and we need the past. But like I,
I agree with that. The present day we need to explore, but you never seem to be enough. So there hasn't really been the growth since then.
that's true. That's true. There hasn't. Odyssey really made no sense to me, honestly. It really did. Like Odyssey, you didn't know why you were going in. You didn't know, like you were looking for something, but you didn't know what you were looking for. If they were looking for Atlantis, they should have just said right off the bat, "Hey, listen, we're looking for Atlantis." But they're like, "We're gonna find something. We're gonna find something incredible and everything," and they never went into detail.
And then when you do get to Atlantis, you're like 30 hours into the North Pole,
Yeah,
and you've heard of it.
yeah, and you're just like, "What the hell? Like, what's going on here?" There was like a lot of stuff that made no sense. Like even the Animus itself, like why does your Animus not know the difference between boy and girl? Like it couldn't tell the DNA apart.
So the game sometimes answers that, in the game where it could give specifics of the DNA, but has the DNA data in a set of coordinates that you can click on and it will tell you the range.
Mm, that's weird.
Maybe you haven't noticed that, and the animations just piece it together.
Uh,
I'm sure there is some explanation in the game themselves on the laptop for that.
that may have been. It was like really weird. It was like when you're doing a game like that, like you really have to. I need like a front and end, a middle. Condense all the information. That's what I need when I'm playing any game like that. One thing that
You don't want friggin' somebody standing next to a method who's giving you that information to sit there hidden so you're coming closer straight away and you know what it is for yourself.
Yeah, yeah, that's just craziness. The one thing that I gotta disagree with people. Wait, well, hold on. GTA Liberty City Stories is the first. The GTA 3 is the sequel to Liberty City. Yeah, that I know. And what do you call it? What's really crazy, I think, is when people tell me that they play these Assassin's Creed games for the stories, or not for the stories, for the history. And I'm like, no, you're not going to learn history by playing an Assassin's Creed game. Like you do hear historical information, yes, but you're not learning history.
The story that you're playing is just learning facts and math and
Uh huh. It is. It's crazy.
yeah, I still think you're learning the history though, because the more recent ones, the little sort of museum things that they do now, the guided tours.
Yeah, those are awesome. I gotta. Those are actually pretty incredible, in my
I did the
opinion.
Odyssey one. I did the Odyssey one. Never did the Odyssey until and I think it was that map again. Odyssey, I'm not going down that path again. No chance.
mm,
I played that game 82 times. I'm not going to do it for anything else.
yeah, that was like crazy. GTA 5 had Grove Street from GTA San Andreas. I gotta really get into the GTA games again. I haven't been playing them. I haven't really been paying attention to like the stories or the lore behind it. And like lore for me in a game is like huge.
I'm pretty sure you're right as well. Playing through 5 is what took me out of the game. You're right. I definitely agree.
Yeah,
Every Call of Duty that they do, it looks like they're coming together.
yeah, that's kind of wild. Dark Mystery Boy official believes that he and I are growing apart. He is a sub. I don't know. Sometimes he says stuff that he just needs attention, and I'm just like, what the hell, bro?
I'm like that as well when I'm watching live streams. I'll be like, right, thanks for attention. And I'll be like, no, chill out, you need to finish this game just now.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm playing GTA right now because like we were talking about, like basically like where we started with video games and stuff like that. So I figured, what better to play than like an old school kind of game. So that was the reasoning behind this. Like, we were just talking about, where we started with like the Commodore 64, like what game systems we got through and stuff like that. Like that's actually, I mean, stuff like that is always interesting. Like, when you know where you came from, where you started. Like basic was so annoying. I think that was one of the biggest things though that turned me on with Vice City, where that's how it starts. You start the game, like loading, and it's obviously a Commodore 64, and it's loading, and it looks so cool.
It does, and it's got
Hmm.
yeah, it really is. I mean, it is a Commodore 64 rotating console, aren't they? It's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, definitely. I used to love that. I remember the programming in BASIC was always like crazy. The other thing that was crazy too was you remember like the looping, like it was the easiest thing to do. 10, like print whatever, print, like I'm the greatest. 20 go to 10, and it would just keep constantly like doing it.
The same Thomas as well.
Oh, Thomas just said that he started with the Super Nintendo with Mario on the NES, the Super Nintendo.
That's when I had Super Mario.
Yeah, Mario was always like a lot of fun. I remember. Oh my God, I remember being in an arcade playing the original Mario Brothers. That was crazy. Yeah, and then I remember. I remember when Super Mario Brothers came out. I thought that was nuts.
I remember the one where it's like a square grid map, and you go from like the left and you go to like the bottom, and I forget which one it is, but you've got loads of different worlds. You've got like the sand world, the water world, the cloud world.
Oh, that's Mario 3, I think.
Is that Mario 3? I'm pretty sure that was Super Nintendo. That was my all-time favorite Mario game.
Really.
That game was fantastic.
I used to have and it used to make me laugh. In fact, Game Theory. If you ever watch that channel, they come out with like some crazy stuff and whatnot. And one of the things that they said was the Mario 3 game is actually just a stage play.
You know, it kind of is. It's even
Yeah, it was kind of wild. Could have gotten a lightning engraving to engrave our weapon, so it could emit lightning out the weapon in the Fate of Atlantis DLC. That actually would have been cool if they would have put like some kind of lightning engraving, and you could use lightning besides fire and poison.
who was the father? Xander's father. It was the mathematician's dad, wasn't it?
Yeah, Pe- uh, Pythagoras, I think. Fun fact: he was a prankster. He was. He created. He's the first one to create a practical joke prop. He created a cup, and you could look this up. He created a cup where you would put your wine in it, and every time you went to take a sip, it would spill out because it had a spigot in it that like it was kind of off to the side. So like you would keep taking drinks, and it would just keep spilling. You would embarrass yourself, you know?
That's
Yeah.
they all knew the good craft.
Yeah, I just thought that was amazing. I was like, so you're telling me this mathematician created a prank cup? That's crazy.
Who would have thought scientists back in the day were the ones coming up with the pranks?
You ever wonder how people like came up with words and stuff like that? Like it's like they're studying a human body, and they're like, okay, we're gonna call this an anus, and somebody was like, yeah, it looks like an asshole to me. Like
My son is trying to learn how to use the term anus.
yeah, I just
Especially if it's like long words that most people pronounce. It's like, where the hell did you come up with that?
no, you know what I love? The words that make no sense, like abbreviation. That is a long word to mean something small, like an abbreviated word. You know?
Some words, I struggle with this, and you look at them and it's like a brain fart,
Mm.
and you're like, what is that? How do you even say that? And then someone comes along and just goes, this, and says it, and you're like, what?
Yeah, exactly. I have that happen all the time. I'm like, what? You'll see me like even on like a bunch of my videos, like I won't pronounce like a lot of stuff.
I'm the same. I say a load of shit, but I'm Scottish, so very rarely can I say them properly.
Played Assassin's Creed Black Flag, but never because he wasn't that interested. But now he wishes he could have played it on PS4. Yeah, Black Flag is actually a pretty good game.
It is. Still getting more pixels, or constantly on sale.
Hmm. Did we ever have a game back in the day that was similar to like any of the games currently? Like I know Assassin's Creed is actually it was supposed to be Prince of Persia,
Yeah.
but they messed it up. And I remember the original Prince of Persia was like really funky. Like it was that 2D side scroller, and you had to save the princess.
I played Prince of Persia 2.
I did too.
That was fantastic.
Hmm. The Game Boy, I remember that the original one, that pea green. Yeah, yeah. Oh man, the 1989.
The Game Boy, I had the Sega Game Gear. I had the Sega Game Gear was awesome. I had the TV extension. It was probably the proudest bit of that.
I still have the Game Gear. I still have like I have so many. That's why I got to do. One day I just got to do a video. Excuse me, and I got to show everybody my game room because like you'll see stuff in there that you'll just be like, oh my god. I still have like an old working TV just for my Atari 2600, my Commodore, my Intellivision, stuff like that.
You should have a look at some of the sites that do the connections. See the ones that do like your original connections to HDMI, new connections.
Well, yeah, I found one on eBay. It was like a little plug that you put into the cable port, and when you put it into the cable port, like you could actually plug in your Atari or whatever without needing that UHF cable.
Consoles and games and all
Hmm.
they're expensive. That's why you can't get them anywhere.
Oh God, I forgot that they made a Prince of Persia movie with Jake Gyllenhaal, but that was based on the newer versions of it that came out for like the second PlayStation.
Yeah, that's the simultaneous ones.
Yeah, yeah, that was amazing.
I didn't ever get into the Prince of Persia games at all. It just
Yeah, me neither. I never, yeah, I never went to like go and play them. I was never interested in them like that. Way too interested in, like obviously Assassin's Creed and stuff like that. 30 legendary items. It would be nice if we got like all those legendary items in Valhalla, actually. Or if you could take some of your stuff Odyssey into Valhalla. That would be amazing.
I'm pulling for Valhalla.
Are you?
I've watched an awful lot of it, and I'm still pulling for it. I just don't know when.
Oh, I'm gonna be playing it live at like midnight here when it comes out. So like a lot of people were really trying to see if like that's what I'm gonna be doing. Like what's going on. They want to see that happening, and like I'll give my honest opinion of it. And honestly, like Odyssey, I thought Odyssey was a mess. I love playing Odyssey. I love doing the builds and everything, but it's definitely a mess. The o-
Listen, half the time you do nothing in Assassin's Creed 2.
exactly. That I totally agree. It should have been its own IP, honestly.
Yeah, it should be. Listen, it went through its own fucking holiday,
Hmm.
and they should have just left it as that. Had some first some stuff in there, and gone, cool. Use it properly.
Exactly. That would have been cool. Now that somebody's mentioning legendary items and stuff like that, I just had somebody comment on. I did a video, my favorite sets of all time on Assassin's Creed Odyssey. It was an older video. I did one my 10 favorite, my top 10 favorite, and then my top 10 least favorite, my top 10 worst.
Yeah.
And some dude came on and commented and totally missed the point of the video. Came on, what's up, Jill? came on and said, you know, like you don't need sets. You're missing millions in damage because you know, like you're not utilizing epics and everything. And you totally missed the point of the video, man. Like you don't even know what's going on. Like you're just talking just to talk. Yeah, oh.
especially if you say it to their face. Some people take what they hear instead of what you say.
Mm,
It's the whole opinion thing. Everybody's opinion is different, and you gotta respect it, but at the same time, you gotta shut up at the same time.
yeah, yeah. No, I remember you from the Ezio set, and oh my God, that's another thing. The Ezio set. Why are they not releasing that set again?
Yeah, I grabbed it for the PB10s, but I hadn't realized. I thought I was just under the impression it was still up for PB10 now.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. That would be fair. Now you got to wait for like another. What do you call it? Yeah, like I mean, come on. That's crap. And like some people are just starting the game and everything, and they can't get. And then you know, like there's like a lot of debate because I know people that are telling me that they contacted Ubisoft, and Ubisoft said this was a one-time only thing. Now I have a hard time believing that. And you know, like other people, like if it was a one-time only thing, why do you leave it in the store? Like take it out if that's the case.
They left it in the store for a wee while, longer than it should have.
Yeah.
I didn't see it ended up staying up for an additional couple of weeks before it got taken down.
Yeah, that to me that makes no sense. To me that's crazy. Wait, it did get taken down? It's not there right now?
I don't think it was gone.
Really? The Ezio set thing is going. Hold on. That is crazy. Hold on one second. I got this guy's gonna pull me out this vehicle. Hold on. I'm gonna log into my Ubisoft thing. Oh my God. Yes, I'm logging in with my PlayStation Network account. Let's go. There we go. I'm club level 43. I have no life. I'm telling you that thing is just so crazy. Okay, here we go. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. And we're looking for the rewards. I want to see the rewards, please. And let's see what comes up. Okay, so the Aya, Bayek, Blind King, Northern Traveler, Gang Magi's. Let's see, all kinds of stuff so far. Fan kits. No, Ezio's Roman set is still up. Yeah. Oh, okay. So those who don't have it, it's not up at all. That's messed up.
I redeemed it as well, so it's still up if you have it.
What's up, Robert?
I've not read the other people original versions.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, anybody who's watching, like, have you guys seen the Ezio set? Is it still in your thing? If you have not redeemed it, is it still in your on the store thing? We're trying to like figure that out because I mean, that's really crappy if they're gonna like like just kind of dangle that carrot in front of you and not let you have it. Yeah, he says it is. Yeah, I'm not insane. He says that it is. He says that the oh man, that's crap. They have to do another free weekend. It has to happen. They have to have like a second free weekend coming up. They can't just do that, like and leave it there.
Valhalla, I mean, this free weekend, maybe Valhalla's what, 2, 3 months out?
Yeah, Valhalla November 17th.
And we're now what, we're well into the second year of Odyssey, so I mean another 2 weekends to get the sets. I mean at this point wait till people go on sale for them at the end of it.
Well, in all honesty, like people are still playing, or they're just picking it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know, and that's like one of the big things. Like, I'm lucky where like a new game comes out, I immediately can grab it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't have that ability. For like whatever reasons. Like it doesn't. It's not important that the reason that they can't grab it, but a lot of people don't grab it, or they want to see the bugs worked out of it and stuff like that. So what ends up happening is a lot of people are buying these games late. There are people that are just starting Odyssey and probably won't start Valhalla until, like a year from now. They'll wait for it to go on sale. Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait for either, Joe.
But the thing is, I buy the games, once I'm interested in them, I will pre-order them straight away. So it means I don't need to worry about actually buying them when they go on sale.
Mm. Yeah, I don't mind it either. I'm very thrilled, like immediately, like I'll the only thing is I'm going to tell you, I got so mad I pre-ordered Destiny 2 and they, yeah, look at you already starting. Yeah, I got my free Cade 6 bobblehead doll, and I was all excited. I was the stuff. I was the man, and all of a sudden, they released the free thing that you could play. You could download the demo and you could play it and everything. And I downloaded the demo and I said, "What the hell is this? What the hell? How dare you? How dare you insult me with this nonsense?" Like, I was like, it's the same freaking game. It's just they just flipped the skins around. They just went on a dial and they said, yeah. I was like,
Exactly that. They made a really beautiful game, which is essentially the same game but prettier, and then they messed with your weapon slots to make the game even more ridiculous. You had to drop 2 times.
it could have been what do you call it? It could have just been the same thing like the Taken King was, where it was like an enhanced, DLC thing. Like they shouldn't have done that. I was like, what the hell? I'm over here. I'm playing this game. Yeah, I was like,
Still my favourite expansion to this day. Even still playing Destiny 2, I have to say I don't think maybe with the Silver Cup, I don't think we've ever beaten Taken King in a first class encounter.
no, I don't think so. That iron, that the thing of iron or whatever. Like I didn't find that interesting. Um,
That's the Siva one, is it not? That's
yeah, yeah. There was like a lot of stuff that like I really. And I remember people getting so mad that they got the season pass, and it's like, why do I have to buy the Taken King? And I was kind of blown away. I was like, wow, like, yeah, okay, I see the anger. Me personally, I got Destiny on sale. It was like $20 or something, and I remember going to get it. I downloaded it digitally, and I remember just playing it. Like I was playing the living crap out of that game. I was like, "This is great" and everything. And then a lot of people were telling me that day one was better because, or like a lot of people were upset with what happened day one because day one they made a lot of promises. They said you were going to explore the entire solar system, and you were able to do. Yeah, so like a lot of people were saying that's why they didn't like the game or they didn't trust it or anything like that. So I mean, I kind of got that, but I thought,
Destiny 1 got chopped up. Something went down. I've watched the whole backstory, but Destiny 1's development was absolutely tested, from what I understand. There's a whole story that something got said and got sewn back together.
hmm, yeah, Destiny One. That's where I started, and like I said, like a lot of friends. I remember when I was still working, co-workers, they were saying how like it's gonna be like you're supposed to go around the entire solar system. They made all these promises and they never filled them out. Valhalla isn't out yet. Valhalla is coming out. A lot of people are complaining already, so we'll see.
What are the complaints?
The complaints for the complaints that I'm hearing. Number one is the health system, that you need to eat food in order, and you got to find food and stuff like that.
Hit the grass and stuff like that all the time.
Yeah, so like that's one of the complaints I'm hearing. Another complaint that I'm hearing is some people are upset with the idea that like is it going to deal with like the gods and everything like that? What's going on? Like people don't understand the story. Uh, and then you know what? Like sometimes people just they don't pay attention to like what I'm saying in some of these videos. So like one of the things I said was it would be cool if Odin gave you the Raven and that was how you had your eagle vision or whatever, you know? And one guy got really mad at me and said Valhalla is supposed to be about this. It's not supposed to be about Odin giving you a raven or whatever. And I'm like, you totally missed the point of what I'm saying. I'm not saying that I want Odin to give me a raven and that's the game. I'm saying that this would be a great explanation for why a concept is in the game. You know?
Yeah, I wonder how they're gonna utilize the question then, because they've already set it up. So he was there in that opening trailer,
Mm-hmm.
like the cinematic and the launch. So the original video, but I know that Humdrum was heavily involved, at least in the beginning.
That's gonna be wild. I'd love to see that.
And I mean, does anybody remember how he can give you like years ago, before all the stuff went down the voice actor power? I said his name right. If I got it wrong, I apologise. But he did a Twitter photo where he had the voice actor of Diet who had actually gone into the studio using the voice acting equipment.
Yeah, yeah.
So I mean, is Diet in this game? Is there like flashbacks of Diet or?
I would love to see something like that, but that's one of the things. They had him go back to the studio. They also had Alexios's voice actor back in the studio. So you know, like, what does this mean?
Sorry, Sam, when you just said that we have known the studio, how many of these was it one of those KSI movie moments where you have like remember at the end when you have Cal has the scripts and like all the assassins around him and he's deciding the like the assassin's prompts essentially.
I don't know. That would actually be kind of cool. That would make some sense in you know some aspect of like what's going on with the game and everything. I think that would be.
Because I'm talking this possibly is the one with the animations.
You think so?
Well, if you're going back to the Titan era, I mean, just look at it.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a Titan uniform, and he's now triple.
That's true.
So the assassins clearly are they going to just leave him lying in the throne in the flats, or are they going to take him out?
That's true. That would make sense. See, that's why like I don't know what's going on with Layla either. Like Layla, you know, it's great to have a present day protagonist, but you know, like there are some things where like I'm just like,
She didn't hit home for a lot of people.
yeah, yeah. A lot of people thought that she was like a Mary Sue. You know, some people believe that you know, like she could do no wrong. She could accomplish everything. Uh, you know, honestly, I think that she was a great character. You know, like you just she did rub a lot of people the wrong way. She did.
I had no problems with her in Origins. I only started having problems with her when it came to Odyssey.
Yeah, yeah. Odyssey, she was a little too cocky. She was. Yeah, a lot of the stuff made no sense. I'm telling you, Odyssey. I could do an entire video from start to finish of why Odyssey makes no sense. I really could.
I've seen a few videos. Did you ever see Four Pillars one? James that put it up. Assassin's Creed Odyssey 4.
I don't know. I don't think I've seen that one. I'll have to take a look at it.
You should give it a watch. He makes a lot of valid points in it. He does make a lot of valid points in it, but they're very quite outspoken lads.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, they are. They are. I remember they had a Four Pillars Day or something like that, and that looked like a lot of fun. They actually like a lot of people show up and come out.
We all got together, had a few pints and all that.
Yeah, yeah, that was cool. I like stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know where Assassin's Creed is going and what they're going to be doing. I don't know. Like a couple of people, one of the biggest questions that I get asked is like, is Cassandra going to be back in the next game? And I'm like, I don't know.
Possible. I mean, she's alive.
Yeah, she's immortal.
I mean, did she literally just sit down in Atlantis for all that time? I mean, she showed up there in season 1.
Yeah.
you know. So I mean, I expect maybe some more from this game.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think that she should have got a spin-off game?
Cassandra.
Yeah.
Um,
Or kind of like a sequel the way Ezio got.
it wouldn't bother me. I I prefer Cassandra. She's obviously a fantastic anyway. But I never left your man listening to that man's voice. These things were
Yeah, that was crazy.
but I liked Cassandra story and I liked Cassandra, so I don't think I would have been disrespectful of some sort of spin-off, if you know what I mean.
Right. See, I thought Bayek was going to get a sequel. Bayek deserves a trilogy, quite honestly. Yeah.
You know, I enjoyed that. I was completely invested in Bayek within the first 2 hours of that game.
Yes. As was I.
You know, there was a Cassandra. It did take a little bit longer, and then they introduced bloody Marquez, and a couple of things I thought, you know what, man, like,
Yeah, yeah.
where are we going with this game, man?
Yeah, I was like, why is she chilling with a pedophile? This dude just has pedophile all over.
You know what? See that you said what I didn't want to say.
Uh huh.
Where it's like you've got a fucking man going, I'll give you something, you do some things for me, I do some things for you, and I'm like, oh my god, where are we going with this?
Exactly. I was like, oh God, here we go. What is happening here?
Yep, and then she meets her, when they meet up again later on down the road, and he's still the fucking two-headed fucking idiot that he was at the start of the game.
Mm-hmm. That frightened me. That was scary.
See, I think he was meant to be some sort of pivotal comical lead character, and I don't think it quite well done.
Yeah. Evil Within. No, I've never played that. I've seen a gameplay of it, but I've never played it.
I've played the first one. I've played like maybe three-quarters of the way through it.
Really.
Um, I know there's a second one, but I've never picked it up.
I thought that it was. Isn't it like a multiplayer game, or am I thinking of something
No, no,
else?
no. It's done by. If I remember rightly, is it not done by an original Resident Evil creator who decided to multiplayer it, if I remember rightly?
Really?
I believe so. I never finished it. It came out, I believe, around about the same time as Outlast, and Outlast was a horror game.
Right.
That's a game I was quite happy to delve into that and do a VR version for. That one was outstanding.
Oh my God! I remember playing Resident Evil 7 with the VR headset. I got that and I was bugging out and I'm like swimming through the water and a skeleton pops up and I leaped out of my chair. I fell back. It was hilarious. My son was in tears laughing at me.
The bit in Outlast that we were laughing at. Do you remember the bit where you get to the cells and you've got the two naked dudes standing behind the cell doors?
Yeah.
Talking about how they're going to cut you up and bloody beat you and do all these things, and then you look down and all you can see is a bloody Johnson pants on.
Yeah.
It's like, what am I fucking playing here? Like, this is some really bizarre shit.
Yeah, I mean that's always going to be a thing. I remember way back on the Commodore 64, there was a game called Sex Games, and yeah, that game was crazy. Like the things that you did in that game and the end of the game and everything, I was like, what the hell am I playing? And this is like 11-year-old me, like looking at this, like, what is going on here? Or they had. Oh, definitely look that game up. You're gonna lose your stuff. You're gonna be like, wait, what the hell is this? Dark, what did you have me look up? You're gonna be like, what is this? Why would you mention this?
Not cool being thirsty looks in the kitchen.
Exactly that, and there was another game. It was called Stroker 64, and the whole point of the game is to masturbate. That was the whole point of the game.
I swear, man, some of these developers, like, honestly, I'm surprised we've not had a full-on, like, PS4 style game like that, and surely someone's tried to make it.
I'm pretty sure somebody has. They have to. Yeah, let me tell you something, Matt Johnson. Back in the day, back in the '80s, we were so desperate for porn that like they made just the most. Yeah, they made. They made such crazy games like that. The only games, no, honestly, right now, the only games that they make now that are like that are hentai games, and you know, there are specific websites that you could go to that you could download actual hentai games, and on YouTube there are, excuse me, a couple of hentai channels. But yeah, I tried to do that once. I made a hentai channel, and it got taken down. And the thing is that they took me down because I had content on there that was not made public. It was private because I was setting it up, and immediately they took it down. But the thing is that what I would try to do is I would try to block out all the naughty bits and stuff like that, you know, because it really was really racy and dirty for, you know, uh, yeah, but like, you know, like it, well, you know, like if you're watching it on YouTube, you know, I'm pretty sure YouTube standards in terms of service, they would have been like pissed. But like there are some people, there are some channels that still, and it's the smaller channels that still have that stuff up, and nobody's paying attention to it. They're not flagging it at all. Yeah, yeah. Then they'll leave you alone. They ain't gonna bother with you. Yeah. Oh, it's crazy though. Like all those games are like really like there's one. It's called Castle of Succubus, and it's actually good. It's a Castlevania style game. Instead of Simon Belmont, you're playing as Simone Belmont, and you're running around with the whip. You're whipping these creatures and everything like that, and you know, like there's sexual stuff going on and whatnot. You know, like you have to. One of the side missions is you could save these girls, and you know they're being molested by like demons and stuff like that, and you save them, and if you save all of them, you get like an alternate ending, and even the final boss scene, there's two different boss scenes or two different boss fights depending on how you played the game. So at the same time that this game is dirty, it's really brilliant. They really should have more games like that. I mean, not, you know, like filthy like that, but you know, like yeah, where they've got like you do a certain amount of things, you change certain aspects of the game, you change the ending. Hmm. Oh yeah, yeah, that was kind of wild. Oh yeah, I know. Jordan does. Jordan is actually a good friend of the channel. He hasn't been producing content in a while. He's been working, so you know, like the channel, like for most people, these channels they're like a hobby, and then you know, like sometimes you get like really big. Silent, you know about Jordan does real big content creator for builds on Assassin's Creed.
I've heard of him. I don't watch a lot of his stuff though. I have heard of him.
Mm. Yeah, he hasn't really been producing in a while, but like he's like really good. He actually he had a couple of records for like most damage done on a build. Like it was like phenomenal. The guy could do some stuff. I made a build where I did like 10 million damage on a hunter build, and then they nerfed it. They you know like messed it up. They took away all the damage and everything. But Jordan, he's done some like amazing stuff. He's got builds that like even today they still stand up. I really wish he was like still doing stuff. Yeah, I really wish he really needed to like do stuff recently. Yeah, he did get like 100 million on a build. Dude is amazing. Yeah, dude is amazing. Right now, T7 PDM, he's pretty good. He's actually like really outstanding. And I forgot I did a video based on something that he did, and I shouted him out. I gave him credit for finding it, and he actually does some insane builds. I can't wait to see what he does with Valhalla, because he's pretty amazing. I'd like to. That's why I'm saying, like, honestly, I'd like to have a couple of them on the podcast. I'd like to have Jordan does. I'd like to have T7 PDM. He had emailed me before on some glitch that he had found, and they patched it immediately and whatnot. But it was like a really good one. Like I gave him a lot of credit.
Ubisoft are really fast at
Oh yeah, they do that big time. They're always, I don't know. It's like wild how they do that. And I know I got insider information. They actually are subscribed to my channel. There's like a bunch of. They have an entire team subscribed to my channel to watch. Yeah, they have a team so they could watch what I put up, and usually like they knock it down immediately.
That's fine. I remember, like I would say to you guys, the whole teabagging XP that first few times. I
Mm.
remember watching that video you sent me, and I thought, right, I need to do this for like 2 weeks. I need to just sit here. I need to go into that whole formula, that play the game over and over again, teabag the shit out of people, win a few games, hold a cap, and see if in a week.
Yep, that's usually how it goes. It's crazy.
It's an absurdity of a game. It's not like that, in a multiplayer lobby where this is giving you X amount of damage and health.
You would be so surprised at how many people had gotten on the channel and they were upset that I'm showing that they I lost a lot of subscribers because they were like, "Oh, if you're doing that, then you'll show glitches for like multiplayer games." And like that's not what I do, you know? Like I'm not going to show glitches for like multiplayer games that like take away from the fun of the game, you know? But like I lost so many they were like, "No, I'm not into this. I'm not for this." You know, like I refused to, you know, you lost the sub and everything, and I was like, well, then I lost the sub. What, you know, what am I gonna do?
Like, what am I doing that actually affects you? It
It,
should not affect your enjoyment of the game.
exactly, and it doesn't. But people, there were some people that they were, you know, I kind of felt like they were selfish. They were like, well, you know, I got to level 99 legitimately, and some other player can right away just come and do whatever. You know, so like I kind of understood the argument, but at the same time, I mean, does it really affect you personally?
Absolutely not. And at the same time as well, if you're just that one gamer and you're immediately going to teabag your way at level 99, you have fun when you get up to your PC.
Yeah, that was another thing that like I pointed out. I was like, listen, you're gonna die. You get out there, you're gonna be level one on the seas. You're not gonna make it. You know?
Yep, you come across your first person, you're expected to just get whacked.
Exactly. Exactly. I was
There's
like,
no fun either way. It's like you're going to do the glitches and you're going to get your enjoyment from the gameplay.
yeah,
And that's when you have fun with it.
exactly.
Because you have to pile in. And the only other thing you're really going to do at that point is just be like, look, what is it that I'm doing here?
Right.
You know?
That was like one of my big. I was just blown away. I was like, you know what? You know, you guys are kind of like silly about this.
You're just hard on some people. People with opinions.
Yeah, yeah. The Spartan Hero build from Jordan's channel. Yeah, Jordan has like a lot of. He's got like a lot of great builds. Like I'm not gonna lie, the dude is just a master of his art. He really is. He totally understands. You know, like the whole concept of like the game and stuff like that. The way that everything works. It's freaking amazing. You know, like some people like really do that. And I have another friend, all day any day on PS4. That's actually his gamer tag, and he is on the PS4. And he is another one that does like these immense builds. He does these like amazing builds. And Jordan credits him with like a lot of the stuff that he's done. He thinks that, you know, like he's absolutely amazing. He's like, hey, the reason that like I did a lot of these builds was because I see you doing your thing on your channel, and it's amazing. You know?
It's like everybody inspires everybody.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much. Yep.
Yeah, for me, it's like I still do on video like every now and then, but I normally just do it as flat gameplay.
Oh, okay.
Like I enjoy playing games, but I'm 36 years old now, man. Difficulty for me goes like through the nails very early. You know, like I'm very much that I'm gonna go in here and I'm still gonna do everything.
Oh,
Like, you know, so I'll normally just jump in on normal. The only time recently where I've gone up a difficulty is because I got the piss out of it. So I ran a really successful chaotic split and then straight back into hard difficulty after I got really enough of that.
did you ever think, like when you first started like your channel, did you ever think that you were gonna put up any sort of videos or like the specific kind of videos you put up?
No, and to this day I still have trouble remembering actually recording a gameplay. So I've had 4 videos up, 4, but I've taken them off since then. And I take them down because I wouldn't want to run into them. But it's like I've never actually gone out there to actually do it properly. You know, I'm like I'm sitting fair enough YouTubers. I like to sit and discuss videos and talk about things more than actually playing the video. Because I find if I put it there and I've got people watching, I forget they're there.
Right.
You know, I just get tuned into the game. And obviously people want to be able to interact and talk. And if you've got somebody who obviously forgets they're there, it doesn't always work.
That's true. That's true. Well, that's why like I kind of multitask. It's kind of like wild. Like I'm able to like play the game and like look at the audience at the same time. I mean, right now, you know, like we're you know, like I'm trying to pay attention to the audience at the same time that we're having the conversation. You know, most of these questions are about Assassin's Creed, but that's the channel. You know, that's what basically made the channel.
And this is why we call it podcast because we, you know, some of the times we've spoken about, you know, how do we do things differently in the series, you
Right.
know.
Right.
I think a lot of people probably feel the same way because I don't think there's a single person that would disagree with us when we say things really make games actually entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's no getting around that. Once Destiny was out of the equation, things really went completely different directions.
They really did.
You know, and it's well, how do you say that? You know, how do you bring Destiny back? Because I was always sure they were going to bring Destiny back. Now I've got absolutely no hope whatsoever.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, you know what? I'm not insane. A lot of people say that I'm very underrated, which I am. I mean, I just hit 15,000 subs. I appreciate every one of those subs. I'm actually going to do a giveaway for like hitting 15,000. And yeah, you know, like I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for like the fans and everything. You know, like I mean, everybody who subs, everybody who watches the channel, the videos and stuff like that. You know, like they're the whole reason that I'm here. You know, honestly, when I started out, my very first video, it's still up. It sucks. But I leave it there because, you know, it humbles me because what it was about, what do you call it? It was all about Far Cry Primal. I had Far Cry Primal, and I love getting trophies and achievements in these games and whatnot. And in Far Cry Primal, there was a glitch where you could not get the final achievement or trophy. And I figured out how to fix it. I show people how to fix it. And that was my very first video. But the whole video was, and it was like 3 minutes long. It's got no thumbnail. It's got, you know, like no real anything. It's just me like showing it, and I'm like, and yeah, here and here it is, and this is okay. And you and then you know, that's the whole video. But like, I left it up because you know what? That is where I come from. That is how I started. And the thing was that,
That's where you're being the most real.
yeah, yeah,
That's where
that's
you strike it.
exactly,
You know.
exactly. And you know what's funny? You say stride because when I said I was going to write a book, I keep talking about this Dr. Bradford Carlton, the gamerpreneur, That guy actually inspired me to do like a lot of stuff. So I'm gonna be writing a book, which I've been working on, in regards to how I started on YouTube and the things that I've done, the strategies I've taken, and everything. And like in the book, I hold nothing back. I even crap on myself because I'm like, hey, listen, in the beginning, I wasn't really good. Like I did something to help people. This is what I did, and this is where it went from there. And like one of the things. Oh God, this car is on fire. One of the things that what, yeah, what, yeah. Thank you. I'm not insane. See, he liked the video. He thought it was awesome. But like I pull no punches. Like and I'm critical of myself. You should always be critical of yourself. Exactly. Exactly. So my thing was, I thought that it was amazing that like I did this video. It wasn't the greatest video. It really wasn't. But it made its point. It proved what it had to do, and like people enjoyed it. And then later on, I find out like I wasn't even on YouTube for like a couple of months. I was doing other gameplay and stuff like that, and then I come back later and I'm like, oh my God, I've got 100 subs, and I think it was like 1,000 hours of view time, and that's all you needed to monetize back in the day. So I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna monetize. I'm gonna go with this. uh, well, it's kind of funny because like my son will go to school and he's like, yeah, my dad is Dark Strider, the YouTube assassin, and people, oh my God, I watch him. Oh my God, you're his son. That's awesome. Uh-huh, it is. These guys are just shooting at me in the freaking. That's crazy. Uh-huh. I've lost all the robbers. They all died. Oh well. There are a lot of YouTubers that should have 1 million subs. There are a lot of people that are on YouTube that should have 1 million subs that are like underrated and stuff like that. It's like crazy, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I see that a lot. There's like a lot of people. I've actually ran into people who tell me that they were on other channels and they unsubbed those channels because those guys are becoming too corporate. They're like too into like getting the money rather than paying attention to like the subs and like that's what it's all about is like like I said, and I'm always going to say it, like I'm humbled because a lot of what I do and what I'm able to do, like I used to, before I was doing this, I was a programmer by day. I was driving forklifts at a second job by night. And, like I started my YouTube channel. I was doing my thing. People were loving it. I was like, wow. I was like, this is kind of crazy, that like I'm doing this and everything. And then, like it evolved from there. And it got to the point where like, like I could just stay home. So I was like, oh my God, like this is my income now, you know? And yeah, I see that I don't like. I'm not a fan of that. I will always be real. I'm never, especially like I do have sponsors. Like I have a sponsor, Beautiful Halo, and when I originally talked to them, I was like, what am I sponsoring here? I was like, this is women's clothing. Like I'm not gonna. And they were like, oh no, we got something for your ass. And then they showed me like a whole Assassin's Creed line, hoodies, clothes, T-shirts, everything like that. And I was like, okay, this I could promote, you know? High School of the Dead. That's my favorite anime. I haven't seen if there's a second season, but I need to.
I
Yeah.
need to check it out. I've never heard of it
Oh
before.
my God, it's sick. It's you know what? It's kind of perverted. It's like the bunch of high school kids, zombies happen, and there's boobs everywhere. Like it's like I don't. I was like, why? What?
I've never seen it, but
Yeah, apparently boobs. Yeah, boobs in the Commodore 64. Gaming.
naked Japanese Japanese
Oh God, that would be just
ADV starter bomb.
the exact. Yeah. I'm telling you, yeah, High School of the Dead. Like, I thought the story was actually like really good. Like, there's a point where like one of the characters, she's like this really, really smart girl, and they're talking about like how did the zombie infection happen? Like, what caused this? And she's like, where do you think the swine flu, bird flu, like all these other, like diseases that came out and everything, they appeared and then they disappeared within months. What do you think happened with all that? And I was like, oh my God, she's a genius. That's that for real. Yeah, no, it is fan service. Like, and honestly, if you don't respect the fans, if you don't respect the subs, the viewers, like, and this is what's really crazy. Hold on. I'm going to look at my analytics right now. I'm going to tell you something that's going to blow your mind. Hold on. Because we have like the YouTube studio, you get to like look and see whatever's going on and everything. So it shows that 94.8% of my viewers are male, 5.2% are female. It shows that the 13 to 17 age range, 3.9% of my viewers are 13 to 17. 18 to 24, 29.9% are viewers, and 25 to 34, 34%, 34.6% are in that age range. So that's my main demographic. Then, like it goes to 35 to 44, which is 18.5%. 45 to 54 is 8.8%. 55 to 64, 2.8%. So AARP loves me apparently. And 65 plus, 1.5%. If you're 65 plus and playing video games, I love you. I want to be you. Yeah, that is amazing. That is amazing. I'm going to be playing video games until like my fingers don't work.
Momentum is already on you.
And it shows in the United States. Oh shit, this thing is on fire. Oh, I died. Um, in the United States is my biggest demographic, 40.6%. The UK, 11.9%. Canada, 3.7%. Australia, 3.1%. And I'm like David Hasselhoff in Germany, 2.5%.
Yo, legit.
Yeah. Jill Turner's like, that's me. So, believe it or not, hold on. Wait, where's. It's something like not even. That's top countries. That's the languages. Hold on. Where is. I gotta find this thing. I gotta. It shows my top playlist. I actually love this tool. This is an amazing tool. Um, where. Average estimated revenue subscribers. Okay, check this out, right? Only 19.4% of my viewers are subscribed to me.
Wow.
80% of the people that watch my content are not subscribed.
That seems to be a recurring thing with a lot of channels because a lot of channels have been shouting that out lately as well about the amount of people that watch that weren't subscribed.
Yeah, I mean that's phenomenal to me. That is huge. 80%? 80%. I'm at 15,000 now. Could you imagine another 80% added to that?
Yeah. Wow. That would shoot the numbers, to be honest.
Exactly. That's freaking crazy. That
Maybe you
is
should start. Like maybe you should at the beginning of your video plan start saying, look,
I always ask people. That's how I start all my videos. I always tell people, yo, please, like if you haven't already, like and subscribe, hit that bell. You that way you never miss any of this content. Because honestly,
And that's when you turn around and you go, and another bit said to you,
and you watching right now are not subscribed. I know you are. Get on it. Hit that subscribe button. I'm telling you, it's crazy. So like, like it makes me laugh. But then again, like at the same time, like I say, and I'm very serious when I say this, to me, it's not about the money. And for a lot of people, it is about the money, which is like crazy. It's crazy. I get sponsors, and they sponsor whatever they do pay me to like put certain things on YouTube. They do pay me to like say a few words about like their company and everything. The first thing is I refuse to just come out and say, okay, this is the greatest product and whatever. I don't know you yet. I'm not going to take your money. I know I've gotten over 4 million views. That's amazing. There are people with double my numbers that don't even have 4 million views. There's in fact somebody that I watch who plays Super Nintendo, and I love her channel, and she just hit 1 million views, but she's got like 20,000 subs.
it just shows you a lot of people who use it as a TV set to set just TikTok and they watch it and then they go away off of it.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's so crazy. So crazy. Thank you, Matt. I really do try to make good content. Like, like I care about like the people and stuff like that. Sometimes, not even sometimes, a lot of times, I'll make a video based on like the comments, because sometimes people will come out and they'll be like, oh my God, like I can't do this. How do you do it? And I'll figure it out, and I'll be like, hey, listen, I got somebody who had a problem with this, and this is, and it is like a video specifically made for them. But at the same time, like there's a million other people that are like, oh man, you know what? I had the same problem. Like it.
You're a player making content, not
Yeah, exactly. That's what I care about. I care about, like the player. I care about like, what you're doing in the game. You're not succeeding. Why are you failing? Let me figure this out for you. That's the content I make. That's what I like to do. You know, I've always, like even when I was like a kid, like, way back in the day, I remember I had a friend that he had the Sega Master System, the original one, and I didn't have it, but he had this great game. It was called Phantasy Star, and I loved RPGs, loved them. And he was having problems with this game. There was a robot in a junk pile that he had to find, and he couldn't find it. He was like, I don't know where to find this robot. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So like I sat there with him, I'm watching it, and I was like, all right, you know what? You got this goo, this goo that melts metal except for this robot. I said, start throwing it on all this trash. And he actually found the robot that way. And it was like, like that was where I started like really wanting to like help people in video games and stuff like that. I used to be in school, and people would have a problem with like a game, and they would ask me, oh man, like, yeah, how do I do this? And I'd be like, okay, look, this is what you do. This is how you accomplish it. This is what you want to do.
for myself, I mean, when I first found it was the try out controls because you have to wait for them to use them.
Hmm.
I wasn't doing enough damage quickly. I was always getting these camp passes for like a couple of seconds,
Hmm.
and it literally was just, I do this, I can't kill him, Doctor Who, and your video pops on twice the top on YouTube. So I clicked that, and that's when I started following you personally.
Hmm.
And that's when I realised, right, well, I'm using a really crap bow. Maybe if I use one that shoots 6 arrows every second, I might do a bit better.
That, yeah. Well, that was the thing. Like that I enjoyed like doing that, and I enjoyed making the videos. And now, because Kingdom on Netflix, is it good? But like now, because of like everybody and like all the viewers and stuff like that, like like I'm able to, I'm blessed where like I could stay home. I have enough people that are watching my content where like honestly, just off the ad revenue on YouTube, it's a good paycheck. But people, they want to support me. They're always like donating. They're buying like T-shirts, mugs, all kinds of stuff and everything like that. It's like really wild. In my local liquor store over here, I actually walked in. I was buying a bottle of liquor for my father because he was going to come have dinner with me and like at my house, and he likes a specific vodka, and this liquor store has it, and they know my family because like I live in a small town. Everybody knows everybody, and yeah, when I walked in, I'm wearing my own merchandise. I'm wearing a Dark Strider T-shirt, and like this guy looked and he's like, "Oh my God, Dark Strider!" He's like, "I love that guy. That guy is awesome." And like the woman who was the cashier, she looks and she goes, "He is that guy." And he was like, "Wait, what?" It was like, yeah, it was like an out of body experience. And he was like, "Wait, you're Dark Strider?" And I said, "Yeah." And he was like, "No, you're not." And I was like, "What's going on, everybody? It's Dark Strider, the YouTube Assassin, and today I'm in MDJ Liquor Store." And this, and he was like, "Oh my God, you are him!" And it's like funny, like he right away he wanted a picture, he wanted my autograph. It was like I was like, "Really? You want my autograph?" And it's crazy. It's like so crazy. It's like it's funny, like it and. Like I don't think of myself like that, but like some people that are big fans, like they're into it and stuff like that. I get I get pictures from some scandalous ladies where they buy my merch and they're wearing the T-shirt and it's really tight, and they email me because like my email is there, and I'm like, oh boy, like what like what are you doing?
Yeah, and it makes it even worse as well. Now that it seems to be a scandal thing as well now when YouTube's doing something like that.
Yeah.
Responding to it gets you into trouble now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, look, see, Zyker, he knows. He says, "Remember when people would pay you for the naked Cassandra glitch?" Yeah, I remember that. There was a dude, he donated $150 US, and he was like, "I promise I won't tell anybody, but do the right thing and give me the glitch." He's like, "This is for you. This is for you." But, like, I was like, oh, God, this is like crazy. Like it really was. It was nuts. And then the other crazy thing is like I got invited to a wedding where they actually want me to be like a guest speaker and everything like that. This guy, he's in college. He is walking by this really beautiful girl, and she's on her phone. She's watching one of my videos, and he says, "Oh, that's Dark Strider." He's like, "I love Dark Strider." And she's looking at him weird, like, "Really?" And he's like, "Yeah, he does all this video and that video." And I think it was Origins at the time. And they started dating. And they just recently, they got engaged. Yeah, so they want me to come out, and I get to wear a tux with a hood. Yeah, come out and say like a few words and everything. It's nice. It's freaking. It's funny.
Sure, at the end of that speech, you finish with nothing is true, everything
Yeah,
is.
exactly. Good luck on your marriage. Nothing is true. Everything is. That would be hilarious. No, the worst message you could ever give is like when you're invited to somebody else's wedding who it's their second wedding, and you're like, "So it's nice to see you all back here again." Like that.
Yeah, pretty much. You told them nothing was true and everything was permitted.
Apparently, nothing was true and everything was permitted, and
Quite literally.
right. Apparently, it wasn't permitted. That's why they got the divorce, and they're getting remarried, and this is what it is. I'm sorry. Yeah. No, it's just
That's
it's.
what you get for following your dreams.
It really is funny because like I never really like I don't think of myself like with any sort of celebrity, but like it's just it's funny when no, I wasn't embarrassed. Like they contacted me and they were like, oh my god, like, hey, Dark Strider come out or the Cassandra glitch. Yeah, no, I wasn't embarrassed of the Cassandra glitch. Like I told people, I said it doesn't exist. But the thing was, what was really funny was the whole reason that started was because I was on a live stream and I said, some people don't pay attention to what I'm saying. I could say anything and they'll like follow it as law. I said, so I could say there's a naked Cassandra glitch and they'll follow it, they'll believe it. And sure enough, a week after that, you could get them naked? You could? I was like, no. Did you not pay attention to the video? What, like...
You've got to ask yourself, though, at what point is your life at where you're going to
let me tell you, I've never understood that. I dated a girl who believes that Goku is the perfect man. Goku from Dragon Ball Z is the perfect man. She needs a man with that build, with that look, with that hairstyle. I was like, are you kidding? You know it's a cartoon, right? But... Yes, yes, I've seen that. That is crazy. That is psychotic. I could never imagine looking for a woman that looks like Barbie or that looks like, like any cartoon character, Chi-Chi, Bulma. No, what? Are you crazy? Like, I mean, if you look at like half of the comics, like the characters in comic books, nobody has those body types. You would have to like cut out several ribs, get out, like even the dudes, like men. Last time I checked, I have like 6 abs. I didn't know people came in 10-pack abs, 12-pack abs. Like what the hell is that? You know what, Matt? I say that a lot. I say a lot that like people watch the video and don't pay attention to the content. They're just like there. I don't know. Like some people, they'll watch the video and they'll ask like the same question. There was a perfect comment in one of my videos where this guy asked a question and some other guy was like, he literally just said that. Like he literally explained that. Hello. Thank you so much. You too. Just ordered a pizza live and had it delivered live. Oh man. Yeah, a lot of people like really they kind of sort of pay attention, but some people don't really pay attention. Like some people really, I don't know, it's kind of crazy. Yep, that happens a lot. Yeah, there are some people that really they're not even, well, what's going on? I'm not insane. What happened? You just said dark. No, people there are a lot of people that really just don't pay attention and stuff like that to like the videos and stuff, and they'll ask something, they'll ask the same question that like I just answered in the video. Things like that. Kind of wild. Yeah, never thought I would be at this place though. Yeah, a lot of people, like, it's so funny, like so many people. I've made so many friends that like because of the channel and everything like that they're amazing people, like when I started doing the Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and I was questioning like, where the hell, like how does this animus not read the DNA and everything. And this dude was like a forensic scientist and was like, dude, this is how it happened. And I was like, oh my god, like this guy knows his stuff, you know, like this is crazy. I know another guy, he had his own channel, and I forget, his channel got shut down for some stupid reason, but he was a hacker. He actually works on hacking tools like the Save Wizard and stuff like that. They actually pay him for like some of his hacks. Like I thought it was amazing. I was like, that's phenomenal. Yeah. So many people that I met, those people that were that are getting married, like, you know, they sent me I thought it was beautiful. I was like, wow. I was like, that, you know, that's kind of wild, you know. It really was. Like I thought it was cute. I was like, wow. I was like, you know, that, and the dude, he always says, he's like, man, I would have never talked to her. He's like, I seen her on campus. I wanted to talk to her, and then all of a sudden, boom, you know, like she's watching one of your videos, and that was my end. And I was like, oh, that's cute. Yeah. I mean, he should have talked to her anyway, but you know, like, yeah, exactly. What's the worst that could happen? She says no. Like seriously, like yeah, listen. Mm-hmm. It is. Oh, there was one time I went to. It was so funny. I went to an Applebee's restaurant in my area, and we're sitting down, we're eating, and somebody, the waitress, is listening to me talk, and she's just paying attention. And I'm sitting there like, okay, why is she like staring at me? So then she brings over a couple of other waiters and waitresses, and they're listening to me. And I'm talking to my family. I'm there with my parents and my the friends of theirs, and they're all looking at me, and they're listening to me talk. And then they come back, and they're playing a recording of one of my videos behind me. And my mother's panicked now. She's like, oh my God, why do they have a recording of you talking and everything? And I was like, I don't know. So then they all come over to me. One guy confronts me. He says, let me ask you a question. This is going to sound weird. Are you the YouTuber Darkstrider? And I looked at them and I started laughing, and I did it, you know, what's up, everybody? This is Darkstrider, and I'm live at Applebee's. And they went wild. They were like, oh my God. So then I'm taking pictures with them. I'm signing stuff and whatnot, and people are like bugging out. It actually got on the local radio. People were like, "Oh my God, like this YouTuber is over in, you know, Applebee's or whatever." And then like my parents, their friend, her daughter calls them up and says, "Well, at the Applebee's that you're eating, there's like this famous YouTuber and everything." And my mom's friend, she's like, "Yeah, we're bringing him home." Like what? So like. I get to the house and I'm like, "What's up?" And they're like, "Oh, you?" And I'm like, "Yeah." You know, it was so funny. It, yeah, it was hilarious. It was, you know, like little goofy things like that, all, you know, that happen. It makes me laugh. It's crazy. Mm. Yeah, I actually said that at Applebee's. I was at an Applebee's, a local Applebee's, and that's what happened. They recognized me, and you know, they wanted to know what was going on, and I didn't say that on the air or like in a video. I said it directly to the wait staff. I was like, "Oh, what's up? It's Dark Shadow, the YouTube assassin, and I'm here live at Applebee's." Like, people are crazy. It's so funny. Well, anyway, we've been at this for like 2 hours and 20 minutes. I think that this was yeah, this was a pretty successful podcast. Next Friday we're gonna do the same thing. We'll pick like another topic, and you know, we'll get into it, the discussion, and we'll see what you guys think, and you know what you guys want to chime in on and stuff like that. But for now, we're gonna get going. Thank you everybody for watching. I enjoyed it. How did you enjoy it, Silent? All right, we're gonna do this again. We're gonna do this next week, next Friday, same time, 3 o'clock Eastern. Again, everybody, thank you for watching. You know, if you're all 80% of you that are not subscribed to my channel, subscribe. And I will definitely see everybody later. Like, thank you so much for joining us and watching. It's so funny.